Top 10 characters for the month of January of 2020. Just wanted to thank everyone for liking the last video that I did, top 10 characters. It's always my most liked videos. Also want to mention that I'm playing on BlueStacks. There's a link down in the description where you can play up to 60 frames per second on your PC or Mac. And we're going to get right into the list. And the list is in no particular order whatsoever, but I had to put Invisible Woman on the list. And the reason why she's on the list is because she has the barrier mechanic, and her team, the Fantastic Four with Namor, is just absolutely dominant in war. And I'm finding use for Invisible Woman in my arena. I'm using her quite a bit in Ultimate 7, the barrier mechanic. She can plug and play. And I've gone crazy and I put all of the T4s on her because I believe so strongly in how good of a character she is. I'm really hoping that she's going to carry me also into Dark Dimension 3. Next on the list, we have to talk about Phoenix. Probably the best character in the game, along with Ultron, absolutely defines the arena. And if we look at characters like Mr. Sinister, the only reason why Mr. Sinister is getting any attention whatsoever, and he doesn't make the list, good character, but he doesn't make the list, is because of Phoenix. Oh my God, this character is probably good in every game mode. And the only downside to Phoenix is that inside of the raids, you have to revive her because when she dies, she goes into the Dark Phoenix mode. She's all over everything, top of the arena, top of squad arena. I'm going to use her in Dark Dimension 3 when that comes out because I'm probably only going to be able to clear one node a day. If that, who knows? We'll probably be laughing later. But just, it's really, really good. Phoenix easily makes the list. First 6-star legendary character. She's quite good. Next on the list is Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is one of those plug-and-play characters, and especially if you come across her in a war, I mean, she's like her own single team. She is quite good. She's just raw damage. Turn 1, binary just goes off. Warbird can clear. Positive effects off the opponent. Right here, higher, further, faster. She can do AoE at the end of her turn when she's in the binary mode. Raw power. Captain Marvel has it. Huge fan. Easily makes the list. Next, we have to talk about Vision. And Vision probably is on the bottom part of the list, and the reason why I've got Vision on this list is because I'm still finding him very useful in the power armor team. To be able to put ability block on Ultron turn 1 is huge. To be able to clear negative status effects is huge, and plus there's synergy in so many different teams with Tech. I'm actually using him in Ultimate 7 because he gives all the Tech characters defense right away, and that saves the team from getting blown up before they can go or apply defense up. Can't say enough good things about Vision. This is the type of character I love because he works in so many different places. I'm using him also in arena and offense. He's good in war in the power armor team. He's good in U7. Can't say enough good things about Vision. Next on the list is Scientist Supreme. Now, AIM got one of the best reworks I can think of in a long time. Plus, they're just so much fun to use. And I am using Scientist Supreme inside of Ultimate 7. She almost is a direct replacement for MINN-ERVA because she has a passive revive on her turn. She has a 25% chance of reviving someone. But basically, it comes down to this field trials and retro vaccination right here. She can put negative status effects on the opponents, defense down and offense down. Now, she gives it to the team as well, but that's okay because in Ultimate 7, putting offense down and defense down on the opponent is a big deal because otherwise they're just going to overwhelm you. And she definitely levels the playing field. And then once you get to field trial, she can flip all those negative effects. So there's quite a bit good synergy. Now, you have to just play her in Ultimate 7. I'm really liking her a lot. And a lot of people say she's overrated. I don't think so. I almost am liking her better than MINN-ERVA at this point, or as much. I don't know if she's as good as MINN-ERVA. It's just that giving negative status effects to your own teammates seems like a bad thing, but not so much in Ultimate 7. I would just suggest trying her. She's allowing me to get to 60%, over 30 million damage in Ultimate 7 without spending cores. And so that is kind of a big deal for me right now. Next on the list is Nick Fury. Now, when I mention Nick Fury, I also have to mention that he works well with his tank, which is going to be shield security. And then, of course, Coulson just made this team on defense so much better. not a lot I could say about this. Nick Fury is just one of those characters that is good on his own, works best with his tank. Jack of all trades kind of team, kind of been falling off, but that's okay. Still, it'd be kind of weird if I didn't mention him on this list. Next, we have to talk about Magneto. Same thing. I'm getting tons of use out of him, even though there's so many direct counters and hard counters to him. Like Phoenix is a counter to Magneto, Rhino. But it's just really good to be able to use this magnetic vortex and put blind out there. And we're seeing new kits come out, like on Heimdall and the Asgardians, where it has counters to Magneto. Going forward, they're going to almost always have to have some sort of counter to Magneto, because this is just such a powerful ability. Plus, he gets so much speed and he goes first. And that's amazing offensive team. Of course, he works best with his tank, Juggernaut. Next on the list is Ultron. Of course, Ultron has to make the list. My goodness, Ultron is the ultimate chase right now in Dark Dimension 2. Best standalone character in the game. Now, it's interesting. Honorable mention to this list is going to be Black Bolt, because Black Bolt is going to be a hard counter to Ultron. And Ultron has just been over the top, very good. I will be taking Ultron up to tier 14 and use him in Dark Dimension 3, whatever they're going to call it, we will see. And I also put all of the T4s on him. He's pretty much an one-man army once factory upgrade goes off. The only annoying thing I could say about Ultron is that I use him constantly in every single game mode. He's kind of frustrating to play, specifically inside of Ultima 7, because if this goes on cooldown and you don't get the energy back right here with this ability, if he starts the battle with this, like with one energy, and you can't get him up and running, he's pretty much dead in the water. So in the last minute on the raid, I usually have it on auto for like 4 minutes, but in the last minute, I really have to slow down and make sure that this is not on cooldown when he goes back into the raid, because otherwise he's just completely dead. Over the top amazing, and who knows what he's going to be like when he can get red stars. Currently, there's no red stars available on Ultron, but he's quite good. MINN-ERVA! MINN-ERVA single-handedly allows you to unlock Ultron. And going into Dark Dimension 2, you can take pretty much MINN-ERVA and any other 4 characters that are tier 13, and you can clear it. Slowly, maybe, and there's, of course, characters that you can use to make MINN-ERVA better, but I'm hoping that she will be useful in the third form of Fear of the Darkness or Dark Dimension 3, and whatever character that's going to be. Probably Dr. Doom, we'll see. I'm getting tons of use out of her inside of Ultima 7, along with Scientist Supreme and Ultron. I mean, just the 3 of those, plus 2 other tech characters, and there's a lot of other characters you can use. Some people use Falcon, some people use Shuri, some people use Invisible Woman. You could probably even use Vision, but it just seems like the core of those 3, which is Ultron, Scientist Supreme, and MINN-ERVA, and I've actually been able to go in without MINN-ERVA sometimes too. She's viable at any star level, any red star level. Her kit is over the top good, plus she doesn't need any T4s. This does a lot of damage inside of the raids and Ultima 7, and also Fear of the Darkness 2. That's just a mod. That's basically the damage in bin. She can revive, plus she has this really very good passive healing mechanic. As long as there's no heal block on the board, it's very effective. And then lastly on this list, we have to mention Star-Lord. Star-Lord is just so good. Probably my favorite legendary, just because I really like the Guardians of the Galaxy and I really like Rocket and Groot with Star-Lord. Plus, Star-Lord pairs up very well with MINN-ERVA and Thanos and makes the BKT. I'm a huge fan of Star-Lord, and probably the first legendary I would go after if I was starting the game over, because you can upgrade pretty much all of the Guardians that are going to be used with him, and they become so much better. And he's like the leader of the Guardians, and they're just quite good. Can't say enough good things about it. Now, I want to give an honorable mention to Black Bolt. Hasn't come out yet, will be coming out this weekend in just a couple days. I think Black Bolt is going to make this next month very easily. What do you think? Do you think Black Bolt will make the list? I'm pretty sure he will. I think he was. And I did have to wail to get my 5 Asgardians to 5 stars. I'm hoping that he's going to change the arena quite a bit. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.